Hi friends, Nikki, your light therapist here. In today's video, we're just going to walk through some really easy upkeep ways that you can take care of, store, and travel with your InLight devices. The first rule of thumb is when I'm traveling somewhere, you never want to travel with everything plugged in because that risks bending some of those connection points that are really critical to the lights functioning optimally. So if I'm traveling anywhere, I always start by unplugging all of my lights. The next thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm always going to handle the light by the pad, not by the cord. I'm going to make sure to wrap my cords in nice loose circles. What this is going to do is this is going to help anything from getting bent wire-wise inside of these cords, because these cords have a lot of different wires and we don't want them to get bent in half the same way we don't want our pads to get bent in half. So as you're getting ready to travel, this is a really nice, easy way to be able to pack your cords and your pads. If you're stacking, let's say multiple set of pads, you have a 2-port and you want to take your eye mask and you want to take a local pad somewhere, really easy to just take both of those, wrap the cords up nice and loose, not too tight. Sometimes you can kind of finick with the way that they land. And once I wrap them, I'm going to set them down. And then you received with your light purchase a travel bag. For our 6-port, it's a little bit bigger. For our 2-port, it's going to be a smaller mesh bag, but you can wrap these here, throw your port in, put them in the bag, and they are ready to go. I don't have my power supply here, but obviously that could be wrapped. That could be just nice and, again, loose wraps. Tuck it back here. One thing we really encourage when you're traveling with your lights or you're just stacking them around your house for storage, let's say that you're done using them, is don't ever stack the lights face to face. Again, these are medical grade, very strong diodes. They have a lifespan. This is fascinating to me, just technology. You could run your light system for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 22 years, and you would not burn out these light diodes. So they are indestructible, but we also want to take really good care of our pads. So one of the things we encourage people to do is don't stack your lights face to face. We really encourage you to stack them with the diodes and then the back of one of your neoprene pads. So that way you just take better care of your lights, diodes in general, and it just keeps them from breaking and clanging and scratching, which again, quite indestructible, but we're talking about care and maintenance. The other thing people ask us is, how do I clean my lights? How do I keep them pristine? Well, one thing we want to make sure that we never use is oil-based cleaning products. 100% alcohol. You can spray a little bit of it on a rag. Don't spray it directly onto the pad. Spray a little bit of 100% rubbing alcohol onto, let's say, a rag, and then just kind of nicely wipe it down and you are good to go. They don't need to be scrubbed. My face mask, I've noticed, I'll get a little bit of makeup buildup on if I put it on before taking my makeup off. Again, ladies, that's okay. Just take one of those 100% rubbing alcohol, spray it onto a rag or a wipe, and just wipe it down. And sometimes the face mask, I've noticed, stays the dirtiest because our faces just have a lot of stuff on them. That's okay. Even if there's a little bit of blemish on your neoprene pad, it's not going to affect the efficiency of the lights. They're still going to get through that. So don't worry about that. When you're storing lights around your house, and let's say that they get super tangled, you're frustrated, my encouragement to you is unplug them from the 6-port or your 2-port, lay them out, and just kind of like you would untangle hair if you've ever had longer hair, hold the middle of the cords nice and tight, because what this is going to do is this is going to keep me from pulling on the part of the cord that attaches to the light pad. So hold on to your cords about midway through. Don't let them pull that. And I'm just going to start to slowly untangle some of the knots or twists that form from me just putting my pads off and on. So once I've untangled them, just like that, then I'm going to plug them back in, again, using that hard metal piece so that I'm not messing too much with that nice loose wire on the end. So that's a little bit about storing them, traveling with them, untangling them, cleaning them. Let me make sure that I've got everything storing them. You've got your bags that you can use, your travel bags. The other thing that I do is I have a nice little, oh, I should have brought it. I have a nice little wooden basket that I keep my light systems in that help me to be able to port it to different places around my house. So I'll usually use my lights on my couch or my bed, and I go between those depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm watching a movie, I'm going to bring them to my couch. If I'm putting them on my brain or my eyes right before I go to bed as a part of my wind down sleep routine, then I'm going to have them in my bed. So one of the ways I port my lights around is I have them in a nice little basket that fits my 6 port. I'm able to lay it down. The wires have enough space where they're not bending straight up. So my basket is nice and wide, and my pads and my lights are able to lay on top. So I stack them nicely. The cords kind of get loosely wound up in there. And then all I have to do is unplug my power supply from the wall, move my lights, plug it into the next spot, and then take them out. So my 6 port usually stays at the bottom of the basket so that I can operate it from there. And then my pads are stacked on top so I can pull them out. Other unique systems I've seen people use, which work really well, is some people will use those little filing tubs to just put their lights in different organizers so that they put them in and pull them out from the same one. That helps the pads, the cords from getting tangled more so. But whatever way you find to store and use them every day is what I want to encourage you to do. So play around with it, find what works best for you. And as always, let us know if you have any questions.